Hello Halloween fans and welcome to my Halloween channel. Now today I thought it would be fun to show you my entire Halloween decoration collection so far. I do have a lot of stuff, so I'm going to break it down into the different themes that I have for each of the rooms that I actually decorate. The first theme that I'm going to show you is my absolute favourite because I do have an obsession with anything Victorian, and I like to call this theme Haunted Victorian. So the general vibe of this is just like haunted Victorian manners, just like seances, ghosts, spooky portraits on the walls, scientific discovery, Victorian curio, like medical diagrams. And this theme is also the theme that I have the most decorations for because it's for the biggest room in the house, and it's also the one that I just have the most fun planning out. So because it's the biggest, I'm not going to waffle on, we are just going to get on with it, otherwise this video is literally going to be an hour long. So we'll start off with my favourite kind of Halloween decoration, which is lenticulars. Okay, so this is the first one. So the reason they're on this black board is because we have frames up in our kitchen sitting area, and this black background fits perfectly within those frames, so it covers up the not so spooky picture that we have in there all year round and just instantly makes it spooky without me having to take down that frame. So we have like a Victorian gentleman and then like a little Victorian maid. This one goes in the other frame and it just has a rather beautiful lady, well maybe not so beautiful, and then just two smaller ones because I didn't have anything that fit in there. And these smaller ones, they were from Poundland and they came in a set, and these were the other ones from the set. And then I have a lot of other ones which I've got from just various pound shops, Wilkinson's. They're in plastic horrible frames, and I always say I'm going to take the lenticular out of the frame and put it in a nice one, and I never do. So we'll just go through them quickly. We have this like soldier who turns into like a Grim Reaper, and this old man who oh I love this one because I got married last year and our Halloween party was a few days after I got married, the day before Halloween. I mean, the theme for our Halloween party was Till Death Do Us Part, so this is perfect. And then I have two of these because I have that many, I forget what I buy. So I have two of this like devil man. I hate these, I really do, because the devil just looks so goofy, but I have two of them, which is very strange. And then we have another soldier kind of thing. I don't really like the face on that one. And then we have like an old man. What does he turn into? A vampire. And then this one. And then this one, which is pretty bad because it doesn't line up at all, but you know. And then we have this one, which is not Victorian in any way, because it's from a film that was set in the 70s. But it is my favourite film, so I can't not include it in my Halloween decor. And it is this Exorcist frame. We've got Pazuzu at the top, and then she turns from sweet and innocent Reagan into possessed Reagan. So that's all the lenticulars. I think we'll move on to skeletons next. Skeletons and bones. Yes, let's do that. So we have this candelabra, which was from TK Maxx, and this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skulls on here, and then the rest of it is made up of like a spine detail. But we always put like bleeding candles into this, and it looks super cool, super gothy. I'm into it. This is like a little skull on a pedestal. This was also from TK Maxx, and it was $7.99. The cool thing about this is his eyes light up. So he's good as like a little bit of mood lighting in a dark area, lights it up green, looks pretty cool. Another TK Maxx / HomeSense was this skull, and this was £3.99. I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong with HomeSense and TK Maxx, you just can't. Another TK Maxx HomeSense is this plaque. He's like a 3D coming out of the frame. This was £9.99 and he's completely solid. I think it's like plaster of Paris. And the last TK Maxx HomeSense skeleton thing we have is this. I think it's meant to be a candle holder, but we actually use this to put the drinks dispenser on, so it looks like the skeletons are serving the drinks for you, they're carrying it. They are your humble servants. Would you like a drink, sir? And then we have just a basic bat. This is from B&M. Hangs off one of the kitchen cupboards off the handle. Not really much you can say about that other than his mouth opens and closes, which is pretty cool. And we have this glass bottle. This was originally filled with vodka. It's not anymore. But we put this in the like laboratory section in the kitchen where all the drinks bottles go. So I keep saying laboratory in this video. I mean laboratory. It sounds too similar to lavatory, and I do not have a lavatory theme in my Halloween kitchen. It's laboratory. I just don't know how to speak English. So it's basically just to look like a potion bottle. But yeah, the vodka was very nice. So the Victorians were also obsessed with taxidermy. So I do have 2 taxidermy pieces that I use for decorating for Halloween. I know some people don't agree with taxidermy, but both of the bits that I have were sourced ethically. So no animals were harmed when making these taxidermy pieces. So the first taxidermy is this guy. He is my fox that I've had for quite a while, probably since university, which was a long time ago. But he was a gift, so I love him for that reason. We actually put him up for Halloween last year, and he's not come down, so he's just a permanent fixture in the kitchen now. So the next taxidermy piece I have is my pride and joy. He is definitely an all year decoration as well, but I think he's going to look particularly amazing on Halloween. He is new, so we haven't actually used him yet, but he fits so perfectly, and it is Edgar Allan Crow. He's not a crow, this is a raven, a full-size raven. I mean, he's on a little pedestal. I'm not going to tell you how much I spent on Edgar Allan Crow, because if I have to say that figure aloud again, I think I might weep. But I always feel like a Disney villain every time I see him in my house. Yeah, I love Edgar. I love you. I love you. So next we'll do candles. I only light 2 real candles in my entire room, just because with drunk people, it's a safety hazard. But these blood dripping candles from Yankee Candle are by far the coolest Halloween candles I've ever seen. I do believe these were £7 for the pair. I got those from Clinton Gifts, and they are just in some basic black candlestick holders that I've spray painted because they were beige. We don't do beige. And then for my other candles, I use fake ones. So I got these ones from Lights for Fun. These are vanilla scented, which is fun, very fun. So you get medium, small and large. And I have 3 boxes of those. So these ones actually have like a drip detail on them as well. And you just get more sizes. These ones are not scented, which I was kind of upset about, because I do enjoy the scented fake candles. But I believe I've got 3 boxes of those as well. They were fairly cheap. But yeah, the different height sizes just makes a bit of interest when you're decorating, I guess. Okay, so next we'll do bird cages and cloches. I guess they're called cloches. These glass things. I got both of mine from IKEA. I got this one that doesn't come with a base, but it's got this little knobbly bobbly on the top. Just putting like interesting stuff in here, making it look like a specimen, or I don't know, just makes it look more Victorian, I guess. I also got this smaller one from IKEA, which has actually got a Vincent Price statuette in here at the moment. But yeah, this comes with like a wooden base, but I feel they do bigger ones as well that come with a gold base. This was a failed DIY, but I spent so long on it taking out the hair that I refuse to let go of it. It is this. So this is a Monster High. It was a Monster High styling head before I massacred it. I ripped out all of her hair. I wanted her to look like a creepy statue, but obviously you can see that just didn't work. So last year I took her head off and put something else in here. I mean, the bottom is pretty tacky, to be honest. Not very Victorian, not a vibe. I might try this again at some point, but it was a fail. But this is still... Okay, it just broke. I mean, it still looks like a cloche. If it's in the dark, no one's gonna see that it's Monster High. So moving on to the two bird cages that I have. This one is the more expensive one. So this is made of real metal, but it's made to look kind of like distressed and rusted. This was off eBay. I believe if you just search wedding decoration, birdcage, lots of similar stuff will come up. And it looks really cool if you just put something spooky in here. It makes it, I put like a hand in here before to make it look like the hand is like alive or something. Yeah, I really like that one. But if you don't want to spend like that much money on an actual metal birdcage, you can get yourself down to Poundland, and they sell these pretty much every year for £1. So this is just made of plastic and it's bendy, but if it's going to be in a dark, spooky room, no one is going to be able to tell the difference, which is why I still use this, because I think it's actually really nice. So moving on to fabric items. I hate this stuff, I really do. It's this cobweb crap. It feels disgusting. This is the herpes of the Halloween decor world. It just gets everywhere. It's so difficult to work with, but it does look really cool if you do get it to do what it's meant to do, but it never does what you want it to do. You can't decorate for Halloween without having this, because it does make everything look spooky. So, and then I also like to stock up on these, I guess they're called creepy cloth. So I get these in black and grey. I've got so many of these just to cover like microwaves, kettles, anything that's like modern. I put this over the cooker, over the tumble dryer, just to make it not look like a tumble dryer. It ruins the Victorian experience if there's a tumble dryer sat in the corner. So this is basically just, don't look behind the creepy cloth and see the modern things. And then I've got tablecloths to protect the tables from like dripping wax from candles and drinks being spilled. First we have this. This one's fairly cheap, to be honest. It's just like a raw cut edge. I think that was from Poundland. This one is so much more luxurious. I'd be tempted to have this out all year round. It's got like a proper finishing on the edges, and the spider webs are just so much nicer. It's got frickin' bats on one side, spiders, and if I see this in the shops again, I'm definitely going to get another one. This is from Asda. They had like a whole gothic range a couple of years ago that on it, I should have bought all of it. I think this was around the £8 mark. But it's got like black leaves and then these beautiful black fake roses. This is just really good for filling up space and like draping over things just to make it look like a haunted graveyard. So I bought this to kind of separate the hallway from the kitchen, because they have two very different themes. It felt a bit jarring to walk from one to the other without there being, because there's no door in our kitchen. So I bought this as kind of like a buffer between the two. So it says beware. Oh god, I can't read backwards. beware, enter at your own risk. And this is made of cardboard, and then it's got like all this drapey, creepy cloth on the bottom. But I think I might want to upgrade to something a bit better this year. Maybe I'll do like a DIY. Like this is, it's just not cutting it, to be honest. It's a little bit ripped because I tend to be a bit aggressive when I de-decorate, mainly because I'm grumpy that Halloween's over. I'm like, oh. So next we'll do a little grave setup that I have. I got this grave from Halloween headquarters. It's in Manchester. Around Halloween they completely have like half the shop just dedicated to Halloween, and it is a very big shop and they have so much stuff. It's amazing, you need to go. Yeah, it's just made of polystyrene. I think it was like £5. To make the grave look a little bit more authentic, I have this in front of it. Now, this was supposed to be my wedding bouquet, but it did not show up until about 10 minutes before I was due to leave to get married. So my mum got an emergency bouquet for me, which actually turned out to be nicer. So this is artificial flowers, and this cost me £100. And I ended up not using it, so I was determined to use it for something. So now it's used for Halloween as flowers that someone has left for the person that's died at the grave. The most expensive Halloween decoration that I've bought, actually no, the crow, the raven was more expensive. The second most expensive Halloween decoration I have bought. And then to make the grave kind of look more like a grave, I use this moss, and this is fake moss. I think people use this on like when they're building like models, things like that. I bought this for my Beetlejuice Halloween costume to like rip bits off it and stick it on my face. But this was off of eBay. I just searched for fake moss, I think. Yeah. So we are at the final hurdle. This is the final categories. So we're going to do tableware, and then we're going to move on to like all my, I never know how to say it, laboratory. So in case you don't realise by this, I'm well into spirit boards. So it's no surprise that I bought this from TK Maxx. It's really good quality. It's made of glass. Sometimes I use this just in everyday life, not just for Halloween. Put crackers on there last time because we had a cheese board and we served the cheese on my Ouija cheese board. So it says cheese down here, so the spirits can be like cheese. Yeah, this is like ceramic, really nice quality. I use this all the time as a chopping board, love it. This was also from TK Maxx. And then just for putting like little dinky cakes on, things like that, we got this from Asda, which was from the Gothic range that I was obsessed with. This is just made of plastic. I think this was a couple of pound. And then I think everyone has this. It's from TK Maxx. Seriously, I think every Halloween channel that I have ever seen has this. So it's the Witch Old Fashioned Apothecary Blanched Bats. Don't go eating bats because we do not need COVID-20. But this was £4 from TK Maxx. I think that's why everyone has it, just because it's so cheap. And then this is just a fun little thing that we have. Oh, they're still sticky. We have these little pong pong eyeballs. Did I just say pong pong balls? Pong pong balls. Ping pong. I meant ping pong. These are from Hobbycraft. These go in the drinks dispenser so they float in the drink. And then when you're done with the drink, you can also use these for beer pong, which we do play. Okay, so this is the last category. So this is like Frankenstein's laboratory. So I did used to have one of those plasma balls where you like put your hands on it and like the light's like and it goes to your fingers, but it smashed. So a top tip, if you have one of those, don't take it from the cold boot of your car into a very hot house because it will explode. So I need to buy another one of those. I will get another one of those. And then we just have a few potion bottles. We have this one, which says arsenic, which is from TK Maxx. This was £15 for that? Really? Okay. And then we have a little witch's potion. It's got like a little mercury effect on it. This was a gift from my mother-in-law, so thank you, Val. To make our drinks, the bar area, look more sciencey, I bought these, like, they're real beakers. They're made of glass. I got a whole set of them for £22. So you get how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they vary from like the very smallest, which is good for shots actually, and this big one, which I put a big cocktail in here, made it nice and green. But yeah, they look really cool with like different coloured liquids in them, different spirits, so you could even like label them up like rum, vodka. And then because we have a big ass fridge in our kitchen, and they didn't have fridges in Victorian time, or did they? Did they have fridges in Victorian times? But I just don't like the big fridge being there, so I wanted to cover it up with something. So I came up with the idea of making it kind of look like the evil scientist's like work board. So I just searched for loads of like medical illustrations and printed them off. Stuff like dissections, the brain, and like drawings, like conjoined twins, and just stuck them all over the fridge. Like some of them are pretty fucking gross, I mean. And I also have something else which I forgot about, which is down here. Go on. So you know when you're up at like 3 AM and you're on Instagram, and you're bored, and then you just end up, or you do like internet shopping and you buy random shit. This is one of those purchases, but I'm kind of glad that I have bought this because I think I'm going to utilise it for my Halloween decorations. So I bought 60 vintage x-rays and they're all different. They're all of like different things. So what have we got here? A wrist. Is that a wrist? A smile there. Yeah, the only thing is you can't really see them unless you hold them up to the light. Oh look, they're missing some teeth. Oh, got some crowns in there. But yeah, I've got 60 of these. I was thinking I might put them like over the windows, but then when it gets dark, you're not really gonna see anything. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna use these for, but I own them anyway. So if you've got any ideas of what to do with these, you can put those in the comments down below, and it would be much appreciated. And that is everything for my Haunted Victorian Halloween decoration collection. I will be filming 3 further videos, so if you want to see the entirety of my Halloween decoration collection, then you should subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!